What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Bucktotem Bertrum. Say hello, Bertrum.
Hello, Bertrum!
And this is our review for Resident Evil Village, The Shadows of Rose. So, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Resident Evil Village Shadows of Rose released on the 28th of October and is story-based DLC for, you guessed it, Resident Evil Village. But before we discuss Rose and her wonderful shadows, let me recap my thoughts on Resident Evil Village for you.
Oh, do you have to?
Yes, I do. My original review for Resident Evil Village had a lot of fantastic jokes in it, and I'd like to tell them again.
Oh, can I go to the toilet while you do that?
No you cannot.
Oh, you meanie.
What was that?
Nothing.
If, like Bertrum here, you just want to hear me talk about Shadows of Rose, then go to the time on screen right now. For the rest of you, Resident Evil Village originally released in 2021. A year I remember fondly as the year I successfully made love to a zombie without ripping its head off. As you probably know, Resident Evil Village is the 8th main installment in Capcom's famous zombie-killing franchise.
What about the Resident Evil games that don't have zombies in them?
We don't talk about those games, lest a bloody ganado crawls out of our television and bites me on the backside. Haha. Speaking of ganados, let me just say that yes, Resident Evil Village does share a lot of similarities with Resident Evil 4. So now that I've admitted that, I don't need to mention it again in the video.
Not even once?
Well, if I do, Bertrum, I give you permission to pull down my underpants and braid my pubic hair.
Oh, I'll hold you to that.
I'm sure you will. So, story. Ethan Winters, the damp squib we played as in Resident Evil 7, is back. And this time, he must rescue his daughter Rose from werewolves, a chap that turns into a transformer, an ugly sex doll, a fish chap, and an 8-foot vampire woman who was more attractive than a bag of cats dressed as prostitutes. So, after an opening that is more shocking than giving Electro a hand job, Ethan finds himself in the sinister village from the title. And let me just say that this village is more decrepit than my grandmother's vagina and has more secrets than bloody MI6. This is Resident Evil if it was made by Hammer Horror. Werewolves, vampires, beautiful women with heaving bosoms, and blood. A lot of blood. In fact, I haven't seen this much blood since Johnny Depp got eaten by his bloody bed. That was a Nightmare on Elm Street reference, in case you didn't know. Haha.
I had a relationship with a vampire once.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. I had to break it off because she kept biting my pee-pee.
Thank you for sharing, Bertram. Please don't speak again for the rest of your life. Gameplay. Now, like all previous Resident Evil games, you are going to be spending most of your time exploring, solving simple puzzles, fighting monsters, and looking for health to heal poor Ethan when he suffers a boo-boo. There are also several boss fights, the first of which is against the only vampire tall enough to reach the pornographic magazines in the corner shop, Lady Dimitrescu, a woman that I love more than I love myself. And believe me when I say, I really do love myself.
Oh, it's true, dear viewer. I caught him touching himself while looking in the mirror the other evening.
Thank you for sharing, Bertram.
You're welcome.
Anyway,
Where do you think Lady Dimitrescu buys her clothes?
never mind that, Bertram. I want to know where she buys her tampons. And what size? Do tampons come in very fucking large size?
I don't know.
Well, find out, damn it. What am I paying you for?
You don't pay me.
Oh, that's right. But still, I want to know, Bertram. I have to know.
Oh, I'll see what I can do.
You do that. Now, I've seen people complaining that Lady Dimitrescu isn't in the game enough. But for me, she was in the game just the right amount of time for me to masturbate. I mean, really enjoy her presence. 3 or 4 times, in fact. Ha ha. Moving on, fear factor. Now, I must have soiled myself at least 3 times while playing this game.
On the subject of that, why did I have to wash your underpants with my bare hands?
Shut up, Bertram. Now, the most frightening sequence in this game is something you would expect in a game like Silent Hill, not Resident Evil. I won't spoil it for you, but believe me when I say it is more disturbing than spending the night with Tim Burton.
Wasn't there just one bed?
That's exactly my point, Bertram. I was worried that Mr. Burton would get Edward Scissorhandsy in the middle of the night. Yes, what was I saying before oh yes, Resident Evil Village is scary. Full stop. Moving on.
Did you know that I had a relationship with a zombie once?
Oh, really?
Yes, really. I had to break it off because she turned my pee-pee green.
Oh, I've been there, my friend. Granted, I accidentally had sex with the Incredible Hulk rather than a zombie, but it had the same outcome.
Oh, green pee-pee?
Yes, indeed. Ho, 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 green pee-pee. Anyway, let me conclude this little re-review of mine by saying that having played the game an unhealthy amount of time since its release, I can safely say that not only is this the best-looking Resident Evil title to date, but once again Capcom have created a game full of twists and turns, fantastic boss fights, and a killer story. If you're a Resident Evil fan, well, you should have already played this game at least 100 times. But if you've not played it, then I suggest you play it right now. Therefore, I'm going to give Resident Evil Village an 8 out of 10. What are you doing, Bertram?
Just calling the store. Oh, hello. Do you sell tampons in very fucking large size?
Well, while he's doing, that, let's talk about the Shadows of Rose DLC. So, story. Set 16 years after Village, we play as Rose, who wants to get rid of her powers or some such nonsense. So she travels into, some imaginary dimension or something to, find a crystal or something. I'm not doing a good job of describing the story, but trust me when I say it's very good and has a lovely ending that wraps up the story for Resident Evil Village nicely. So, gameplay. As Rose, you'll explore some familiar-looking locations from Resident Evil Village. But rest assured, dear viewers, these areas have some significant changes, particularly when it comes to the puzzles and enemy variety. Speaking of the enemy variety, Rose, like Ethan, can wield various firearms to pump your enemies full of more holes than you'd find in an alien with 5 backsides and 7 vaginas.
Is that a real thing?
Didn't you hear me use the word alien, Bertram? Are aliens real?
Yes?
Well, then there's your answer. But Rose has something that Ethan did not.
Breasts?
Yes, breasts. But she can also use her powers to stop enemies in their tracks or kill weird tentacle things. There are also some very nice boss fights that I won't spoil here, but I'll just say... no, actually, I can't tell you that because that would be a spoiler. Oh well, guess you'll just have to play the DLC for yourself.
What if the viewers can't afford to buy the DLC?
Well, then I suggest you sell a kidney, or maybe a family member you don't like. Because not only do you get this story DLC when you buy the Winter's expansion or whatever the hell it's called, you also get a new Mercenaries mode. And you can play the original Resident Evil Village in third-person mode, so it's definitely worth the money. Hell, Shadows of Rose is worth the money by itself. So, do I recommend Shadows of Rose? Hell yes, I do. Therefore, I'm going to give Shadows of Rose an 8 out of 10.
What about the new Mercenaries mode?
Bertram, we don't care about the new Mercenaries mode. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My re-review for Resident Evil Village and my very thorough review for Shadows of Rose. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't you dare forget to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, and turn on those bloody notification things. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
So, any luck with those tampons, Bertram?
Oh, sadly not.
Oh, you are useless, Bertram. Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No. seriously. Piss off. Be gone. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!